My name is Alex Mattsson. We're in lovely, fabulous Bow, where I've had my studio for 5 years. When I realised I was going to do fashion was really when I started a fashion degree. Back then, I wanted to challenge every classic garment. I don't feel like I have to do that anymore. I got to a point where I thought, I wouldn't wear this. And that was the turning point, I think. I started wanting to make something a bit more classic and a bit more wearable. I suppose I've matured to a point where most of my stuff is wearable. Yeah. I like to go with things that sort of feel a bit different, feel a bit alien almost. I want it to look like it's slightly from the future. It's kind of playing around with the old and the notion of what is futuristic. I always enjoyed colours together rather than alone. I'd look at gradient or rainbow and I'd think, wow, I love this. And then I'd pick one colour out and then I'm not that excited anymore. That's why I always use the rainbow a lot in my work. I love the spectrum together. I think that's really beautiful. My collaborations with Brooke Candy and Zebra Cats were through a project called Red Bull Catwalk Studios. The whole idea is to mix music and fashion. They helped me do a show and get an artist in to do a soundtrack for the collection. So I chose to work with Zebra Cats and Brooke Candy because they're amazing. Like, it was kind of like what I was listening to at the time, and I was really sort of scared when I got to know that I was actually going to work with them. I was like, wow, okay. Autumn Winter 15 is my first season on schedule. The road there has been really long and I feel this huge pressure to do the best work I've ever done. I'm looking at quite a lot of harnesses and straps and modular design. And I'm also really interested in astrology at the moment. I think that will translate more into the sort of graphic element of it. I want to try and step away from digital print and focus on more like screen print. There's no cohesive story as to why I like this and why I like to mix that with that. It's more like, this is a cool image, and this is a cool image, I could do that, and that's going to work. And I don't need an excuse why it's going to work.